Hello and welcome to my Season 4 review of Castlevania, complete with Jasper cameo. So let's dive into this today, ladies and gents. If you are new here, please do hit subscribe, please do give the video a like, and also check that your like stays there, because YouTube has been removing them. So, in terms of how this review will be conducted and things like that, I'll try and put some trailers on the screen and all that good stuff, but it's Netflix. Netflix copyright blocks and claims and does all that stuff when it comes to their material, and it's very, very frustrating. Now, Castlevania Season 4. What can I say about it? Now, I will discuss this as non-spoilery as possible. I don't want people to be spoiled. I'm not going to do an episode-by-episode breakdown. I don't really see the point. It's a very binge-worthy show, and it was absolutely fantastic. I really, really enjoyed Season 4. I binge-watched 1, 2, and 3. I think it was last year, and I found them to be really, really, really good, really engaging. And then Season 3 was a bit of a letdown. So I think if anyone had similar thoughts to me of, oh, you know, Season 3 was a bit of a letdown, in terms of my own personal thoughts, the animation got a bit sloppy. Some of the narrative choices were a bit out there and a bit strange. It didn't seem to make sense for what they'd already set up, basically. So if anyone else feels like that, Season 4 will be your jam, because it's absolutely fantastic. The animation, it was just mind-blowing. It was genuinely mind-blowing. It's some of the best animation I've seen for quite a long time, actually. And it's not that it's perfect, and it's not that it's refined, because it's definitely not. But it's interesting, and it's unique, and they've clearly spent a long time on it. Or at least it looks that way. And if they haven't, but it still looks that way, I mean, kudos to them, because they've done a great job. But like I said, the animation is really, really decent. And it's not refined. It's not. Like, in parts, it's a little bit choppy. But the images look crisp. They look like they're hand-drawn. Whereas in Season 3, some of it looked very CG, but almost not CG. It looked very flat. It just looked cheap. Whereas none of this looks cheap. And some of the choices of framing, because much like in a movie, you still have to frame the shots. And yes, you then sketch them out or whatever. But some of the framing of this in terms of how they animate is so good. Now, no spoilers, but there's a fight with Isaac. Obviously, we know Isaac, the Forge Master. Isaac's still back. And there's a big, epic fight sequence with Isaac. And loads of night creatures, and it just works. It's so good. And you could literally pick that and get a guide to do it, and it would look the same. And it would work. It would really, really work. Now, in terms of how... because this is the final season, from what I know. It's the last season, so everything's wrapped up, basically. Is it wrapped up in a compelling way? Does it feel rushed? Does it make sense? Is the pacing there? I think overall, coming to the end of the season and the series on a whole, I think it wraps itself up nicely. Very, very nicely. But during the season, I did feel like they could have spent a little bit more time with certain characters. But that could be because I like those characters, and I wanted to explore with them in their point of view a little bit more. So it's not necessarily a critique of the show, whereas more my personal thoughts on my own liking of characters and what they spent more time with. Now, did they wrap it up nicely? Does it all work? Yeah, I actually think it does. There was an odd reveal. And I'm not sure whether it's completely satisfying. I liked it. It did come a little bit left field, and those that have watched the series will know exactly what I'm talking about. They foreshadowed it, but it still seemingly came out of nowhere. And I feel like they could have foreshadowed it just a little bit more. If they'd done a little bit more foreshadowing on it, I think it would have been a bit more satisfying. But, that being said, does it work? Yes, it does. Although, again, like I say, a bit left field. The music was just fantastic. Belmont's quick wit, Alucard's sort of disdain for Belmont and things like that. It was just great. It was funny, laugh out loud funny, so incredibly gory, but not just gore for gore's sake. Again, like it just worked. It's such a good series. And this is how you do adult, more mature animation, you know, mature cartoons. This is how you do it. This and Invincible. This and Invincible is how you do mature animation, cartoons, whatever you want to call it. I'm really, really, really saddened by the fact that we're not going to be getting a season 5. I'm really, 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 really sad. Netflix confirmed Castlevania season 4 is the final season. That's it. It's done. Which sucks. But I tell you what I would like, if there's any will, if there's any God out there, I want them to do like a movie. Just give me an extended movie. I think that'd be so good. So it sucks that it's the final season. It sucks that it's ended. But I only feel that way because I enjoyed it so much. And the final season really, really worked. Some just absolutely stunning animation. And this comes from a guy that I really thought they fell off the bandwagon with season 3. Like, I was genuinely shocked by how bad Summer Season 3 was. But this one, my God, it just worked. It was fucking fantastic. And I binged it in 2 days. I think I binged it in 2 days. About 2. No, I binged it in 1 day, actually. Yeah, and I binged it in 1 day. And it was just great. It was very, very, very good. So, if you've seen it, I'd love to know what you think. Do you think that the pacing was good? Do you think that the structure was good? Do you think that it worked in terms of wrapping everything up into a nice bow? Do you feel that the voice acting was on point? Because I did. I genuinely liked the voice acting. And I always have. I've always liked the voice acting for this show. I think the voice actors are just great. Really, really good. And I think unlike a movie, typical movies, I think, have really struggled on their sound mixing for a good couple of years now. A lot of movies have real shit sound mixing. I think the sound mixing on this is great. Like the levels of everything, it just works. It just absolutely works. So I'd love to hear your thoughts. Please do let me know down below. If you're new here, do hit subscribe. Guys, just a little bit of promotion. We've got memberships open on the channel where you get access to playthroughs weekly. You get access to member call-ins on live streams. And soon to be revealed a members-only stream, just to kind of interact with me and stuff like that. It's a good way to support me on the channel when YouTube is just being screwy. And if you want to buy any merch, I've got Clown World merch as well as Space Jeebus. You'll find it all linked under this video. Go grab one whilst you can. Some really, really cool one-of-a-kind designs. But anyway, guys, that's it. Cheers. Take care.